Alright, hello and welcome back. For those of you who have not watched my last video, my name is Hunter Gibson. I'm here with Stock Talks, and I'm going to be explaining one of the best indicators that I personally believe that helps me pick some of my stocks that has turned my account from $5,000 into a little over $11,000 in less than 3-month period. For those of you that are not following my Instagram, please go check it out. That's where I post a weekly watch list. I post all of my positions along with when I buy and sell stocks. So if you're interested and want to learn more, that's where I put a lot of my information. Go check it out in the link down below. Now, the platform that I believe is the best is TD Ameritrade, which is Thinkorswim, which is completely free, and this is where I do all of my analysis. So if you look at my screen here, you can see that the MACD indicator is this bottom. And if you don't know how to add that or add indicators, you go up here to edit studies, you search MACD, you click on it, and then I have it right down here, and then you hit apply. It's not too confusing, and if you look at my last video, it is very similar to the EMA. So if you notice the candlesticks, whenever the candlesticks cross above the EMA, usually these two lines here cross as well. And also, if you're a little confused, these arrows on my screen, which are yellow and white, I've programmed arrows that every time the MACD indicator, the arrows cross lines below the zero line, which the zero line is this purple line right here. So every time they cross below, there is a yellow arrow explaining that it would be a good buy, just based on the MACD indicator, only one indicator, not all of them. And every time it crosses below, that it would be a good selling point. Now, if you look here, this is the overall S&P 500, and you can see how volatile it is over the past few months. Now, what I have is every time the two lines cross, it is a reversal. So it's going from upward, down, and switches down to down reversal, up reversal. And if you see every single time you bought and sold just based on the MACD indicator or these arrows, you would have made money. Now, you can see the first one, that's around 5-6%, which isn't bad at all. Now, yet again, this is only one indicator, but how I use it to pick some of my stocks is I personally like to buy when these two lines are below zero. And when they cross below zero and you wait around 1 to 2 candlesticks, so if you see here for swing trading, this would be the second candlestick right here. So I'd buy in here just to clarify that it is a reversal and it's going to be uptrending. And then usually I hold it all the way up until I start to see it falling off, and yet again the arrows crossing back down again. Now, this is only one indicator that I use, but if you look at a few stocks that I've personally invested in now and I put on my watch list on my Instagram, you can see why I picked them. So if you look at the first one, Zoom, which I bought on Friday, there was a reversal. You could tell there's an arrow that is telling me that it is reversal. The MACD indicator lines are switching. It's below the zero line, something that I'm looking forward. I bought in around the second candlestick right here, and if you look, I actually sold out. It went up 11%. I think I made 6% in one day just off Zoom, which is really good. Now, if you look at, again, mRNA with the coronavirus, they're trying to have a vaccine. This stock has been very volatile, I mean. And if you notice, they come all the way back down to the SMA and it bounced on it like it tends to do. Now, the MACD indicator, the lines cross below the zero line, showing this yellow arrow explaining that it would be a good buy. So I actually did end up buying the stock on Friday, and you can see it started up trending, and I'm going to be holding. If it goes up to being what it was, I'd make around almost 50%, which is really good. I'm not looking for that. Usually I look to get around 5-10% when I buy indicator. And along with when I buy an indicator, you should also have a stop loss. So what I like to do is 3 in 1. So for every 3% that I could make, I'll take a 1% stop loss. So if I'm looking to get 3% out of my swing trade, I'll have a stop loss at 1%. That goes for if it was at 6% I was looking to make, I'd have a stop loss at 2%. And also, if you look at some other stocks that were on my watch list, AMD. Again, there was another reversal here. You can see the yellow line. And also, patterns tend to repeat themselves. So if you look at this stock recently and you look at the last three times that you would have bought at the yellow line when the MACD indicators flopped and then sold when it told you to sell, you would have made money. 1, 2, 3, and this might be a fourth. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. Doesn't mean it's always going to happen. But yet again, this may not be the best buy because I like to personally buy stuff, if you watch my last video, when it is above both the EMA and SMA. So if I was to be buying AMD, I would be looking for this stock to push above the SMA, which it is almost going to be. So if it does push above that, that was something that I would look into to buy. Another stock is Adobe, ADBE. Now, if you look again, just like I said, patterns tend to repeat themselves. Every time you'd buy and sell when it told you to, you'd have made money. There's one. Here's a second buy. And I only have arrows when it's below the zero line because you're getting a better price. When they cross above, like here, sometimes it doesn't always work out in your best interest or favor. So that's why I tend to have something below the zero line is when I buy with the reversal, because there's bigger margin for me to make profits. Now, this is only one indicator. I use a lot of different indicators, so if you're wondering some of the other indicators I use, go check out some of my past videos to help explain some of them. But I personally do believe that the MACD indicator is one of the best indicators that helps me find some of the stocks that I believe are the best buys for me. Also, if you're not looking at my Facebook, go check it out in the link description. I post a lot of different watch lists and some other ideas that I have. Along with the Instagram, go check it out. And for any questions, if you guys are wondering how to make these arrows on your computer, I can also make that another video. Just comment down below. And thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day.